but I'm just glad that all of you are here with the same intention that you all want to meditate. So that is important. That's a good start, great start, I would say. So I wanted to introduce our special guest today. He is Dr. Krishna, popularly known as Dr. K. He is a medical doctor who started his journey of spiritual science in search of happiness and the truth under the guidance of Brahmarshi Patriji and specially trained by Grandmaster Paul Vijay Kumar. In this journey, he got enlightened and realized that spiritual intellect is the root, physical health is the fruit. He started sharing the same with his patients who approached him for medical treatment. As a part of this, he established spiritual healthcare centers and maintained them for 10 years in different parts of India. Also offered esteemed spiritual services as an ancillary to qualified treatment with the help of senior masters who are trained by him. Eventually, he strongly advocated the realization of holistic health through meditation in addition to medication. So, give him a big hand. He's come all the He's actually doing a PhD there. He's doing a research in, I think, related to meditation. And so, like, the personal story I know is he actually has transformed, I think, 3 generations in his family. His parents, his generation, and his kids too. So he was the first one to go under Patri sir for meditation. And I've heard that he has actually done the medical certificate, and he said, this is the way to go, meditation. And he has, they were core non-vegetarian family. He was very adamant, and he told his parents, I'm not going to eat. And then I know it is a sensitive subject for people of different walks of life, but what he believed, he stood by that. He changed his parents. He changed his all the siblings. I think there are 6 or 7 brothers and sisters and their kids. So everybody is pure vegetarian now. And they've built a huge pyramid in Vizag, Visakhapatnam. City recently, and so there, I think all their family members are dedicated to spreading meditation because they've reaped the benefits of meditation. And he has foundation called Spiritual Tablets, where he has cured multiple thousands of patients who come to him through not medication but different spiritual like tablets. He calls them tablets. So if you have thyroid, he will give you certain things that you can follow and then heal yourself. Yeah, I think my sister personally, she was in Japan, and Dr. GK sir helped her with depression, come out of depression. She actually conveyed gratitude to you, sir. Deepika.
Oh, Deepika.
Okay. So, yeah, so we'll just give the floor to Dr. GK sir for the talk.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you all. So, thank you, madam, for introducing me. And Jagdish Garu, Ravi, and Madhuri, all the other masters here doing great job. And really, I am surprised at the great step you made this month on 24th. Unfortunately, I missed it by 2 days because of my visa constraints. And the foundation stone laid by for the pyramid under Pyramid Meditation Academy Raleigh. And we are all really waiting where the first pyramid is going to emerge. Okay. Now the Raleigh is in what do you call race? Okay, to get the first pyramid.
Because
Yes,
Atlanta now.
Yeah. Raleigh has got Atlanta. Anyway, more or less in every area we are going to see beautiful meditation pyramids across ESA. That is the vision Patriji has given for us. So Madam has already clearly given my introduction. So today I would like to pick to understand the who am I concept. To understand who am I is like fixing our GPS on this earth. If anybody is lost in any area, immediately you can go to the Google and you can fix your GPS so that you will understand where exactly you are, to go, where to reach. All these things you will come to know. Madhuri ఒకసారి వాళ్ళు కాల్ చేసి whether it is fine or not. I'm checking. Some call is coming here. The props వస్తుంది. వేరే phone నుంచి check చేసి.
It's fine, sir.
Is it fine?
It's fine, sir. It's coming. It's fine.
So to fix the GPS, we need to have the Wi-Fi first. Without that, you cannot connect. Okay. So the Wi-Fi is nothing but meditation. That is what I feel. So if you meditate daily, you can improve your energies, and then you can connect to Wi-Fi through which you can fix your GPS. People are just running in their life without knowing what their purpose is. So once we know the true purpose, then only we can understand what exactly we need to do in the big picture. If you want to understand the family, everybody in the family, they should know the father, he has got some roles, and mother, and then children, and the guest, he has only a guest role. Okay. So he cannot simply come and settle there for years together. Then the whole environment will be disturbed. So that's why one has to know their role. If a simple family has got its own roles individually, why not the whole earth? We are living on this earth plane. So we will have our own role in this big picture. Understanding that is nothing but fixing our own GPS. That is nothing but understanding who am I. So it starts with understanding who am I, and then finally we land at a true purpose for the life. Taking me an example, initially in the childhood, of course, I used to have my own kind of very creative imagination. Maybe at that point of time, I can say it is a mad imagination that I have to invent a great drug which should cure from headache to cancer, and it should not cost even a single dollar. In your terms, in my terms, it is rupee. It should not cost even a single pie. That is what my imagination. When I reached my college, I used to see some bottles in the medical stores, in the pharmacy, where for a lot of diseases, if you drink that liquid, one can be cured, like noni, goni, the different types of legumes. I used to think maybe I will invent another bottle under the title Dr. GKL liquid. If you drink it, and most of the illnesses will be cured. But finally, I am fortunate the universe has chosen me to invent the spiritual tablets. Okay, those are not tablets actually. You need to listen, you need to take it through your intellect. Wisdom capsules. For every illness, only one tablet, that is meditation, from headache to cancer. If you do meditation, it is the first step through which you will go into spiritual wisdom. You are going to attain the spiritual wisdom that will automatically open the door for health, happiness, and prosperity. Initially, I thought I am going to do a very good medical practice and I can serve in the rural villages. But already thousands and lakhs of doctors are doing that job. But there are so many chronic illnesses, so many illnesses. They don't know the reason for the illness. And there are certain illnesses, people has to die out of it, terminal illnesses. I am not saying that I am a great inventor, but I started working on it. Is it what really I desired? And am I going to give a complete justice for the patients who are approaching me? So all these questions are there in my mind. With that, a group of doctors, we started approaching towards the spirituality, and then as a part of our major design, we met Patriji sir. And then after working through the meditation and then spiritual means, within no time, after reading a lot of spiritual books and interacting with masters, I realized, oh, there is a very big science behind our birth. When I came to know about my past lives and understanding the purpose that was given by Patriji sir, and slowly I realized my role on this earth plane. Then one fine day, I came out of my conventional medical practice in 2008, and then I started working with this meditation centers and the spiritual tablets wisdom in my own way of. So my purpose has completely changed. Initially, it is like the actual purpose, we can say a medical doctor can do whatever the best he can with the medical wisdom, which considers only the body and mind. It doesn't consider the spiritual intellect and the soul. So understanding the true purpose is something different from living with what we know, with the wisdom we got from the community, with the common sense. So to understand the purpose, we have to understand the who am I. That is the true potential. So today we try to figure out that who am I from the different chakra levels. Somehow I am picking this in Raleigh today. Maybe there are one or two people to understand it much better and to implement. So starting from the root chakra, in the root chakra, the I is like the survival I, basic I, which is very fearful. And as a part of understanding the symbolic from the mineral kingdom, attaining that stability in life. Suppose if you put a rock over there, it won't move. For the lifetimes, it will be there only. Like that, one has to attain that stability quality in life through hard work. And then, of course, we have to come out of all kinds of fears that we carry. Body fear, mind fear, intellectual fear, and soul fear. There are 4 types of fears. So to come out of the fear and to attain this hard work and stability patterns, one has to survive first on this earth. One should not commit suicide. Whenever you get major problems, people feel like, getting out of this body. No, one has to come out of the fear. So once you survive on this earth plane, then only you can do something. So that survival starts with your basic job or business or whatever you do, and then finally you attain certain amount of level. Through that, at least you can survive on this plane. So once you are able to survive, if you earn your bread, then you will get into the next level, where in Swadhisthana, the water kingdom. Initially it is mineral, and then now the element is water. So here, the water has got a source and a destination. So we need to know we came from ourself, the pure consciousness, whether you call it as Krishna or Jesus or Allah, whatever, whomsoever we are trying to understand as God, is nothing but ourself, the total consciousness. From that, we came as a speck. So this speck of consciousness has got its own final destination to become like God by expanding its consciousness. So that's why understanding that you are a speck of consciousness and your destination is to become like God. We have the same characters, like the parents will produce children. The children has got equal characters like parents. But to become like parents, they need to produce children. And then they need to attain all the characters the parents has got. Similarly, we are like God, but only the consciousness wise, we are a bit little. And once if we improve our consciousness by going through different kinds of phases of life, so many lifetimes, and then one fine day we reach God. So this journey starts from the second chakra onwards. So here, the consciousness, the I, is divided into two parts. One is Prakriti, and then the second thing is Purusha, feminine and masculine. There are two eyes. So from here, in the root chakra, it is only one eye, that is survival eye, I can say. And when you come ascend to the second level, there the eye is like masculine and feminine, Prakriti and Purusha. Prakriti means the nature, and Purusha means the one who is going to experience the internal system. So externally the nature is there, and internally we are there. It is not that the male and female I am talking about, it's not by gender. It is by the internal consciousness which is going to experience, which is going to know, want to know something. So when these two things, the Prakriti and Purusha, these two conjugate, the sex, the union happens, and there a bit of gratification we experience. In simple terms, whenever there is a mango, the moment you see the mango, immediately your mouth starts watering because you had a feel and it want to touch it, you want experience. So there is a sex between the mango and your taste buds. That will automatically give a gratification and it increases your energy through that happiness. So that's why in the second chakra place, the I is divided into two parts, the Prakriti and the Purusha. Purusha is the internal thing and Prakriti the external one. These two will conjugate. A union happens, which gives a packet of energy, happiness. That will automatically expand the consciousness. So that's why the material people always fond of getting into that sex again and again with all the five senses, with the external environment. All the material pleasures are nothing but gratification points. Through multiple gratifications, we are trying to get into that energy and then happiness through which we can expand our consciousness a little. In fact, it is a simple thing. Slowly we'll come to understand by the time you reach the top. But at least it is there. To get that gratification, we keep on going for the food to satisfy all the five senses. From the morning to night, we try, because each and every union gives you happiness. That's why we try to satisfy all the five senses, sensory senses. And coming to the Manipuraka in third level, the I is divided into wheel of life with the relationships in and around. By the time you have your own role in a family or in a community, so all the social relationships are there in and around you. So you will be called as a father, and you will be called as brother, and you will be called as a teacher in the school, and in the community, maybe with your own role, whatever you are doing, whether it is a temple or a club, whatever. So you will have multiple roles. Okay, you are one, but you have multiple roles based on the position you hold. So here, the I is divided into multiple forms. So you have to experience yourself from your perspective and the person who is there opposite to you. Whenever, as a family, if the children is there, you are identifying yourself in your child as well as you. There are two I's here. So if you are connecting to him in a harmonious way, then you are expanding your consciousness until you are child. And if you are connected to the community through friend circle, and you are expanding your consciousness until to the friend circle. So here we are trying to identify with the community, and we are trying to maintain that wheel, and you are in the center. You have to maintain this wheel in a circle. Suppose if you are attached to a particular relationship in a bigger way, then what happens in this circle? At one point, you are narrowed down. Then the circle will become a oval shape, because you are narrowing this relationship, and rest of the relationship will become more, it becomes far, because this radius is condensed. If you look when the circle is moving, it looks a bit good. If you imagine an oval shape is moving, it is like, we laugh at it immediately, because it will go in a very bizarre way. That is what happens for the people when they are too much attached to a particular relationship. The rest of the relationships are becoming far, and there starts the struggle in life. We call them as addicted. It is not normal. It is something way beyond. It is far from the original. So that's why here the Manipuraka is all about maintaining that circle. All the relationships are equally important. We cannot ignore certain relationship for the sake of the most liked ones. Of course, one can have the likes and dislikes, but it should not disrupt the other relationship. We have to maintain that circle in a proper shape. That is what really the Manipuraka is. You have the power with you. So with that fire, you can create anything. But that fire has to be distributed equally among the relationships you have in each and every activity you do in day-to-day life. So that is what balancing the Manipuraka. Spreading your power into the relationship across by helping them, supporting them, and connecting to them in a harmonious way. So if you are disconnected with a particular relationship, means almost that part of your circle is broken. And that imbalance automatically creates the imbalance in the whole system. And then ascending to Anahata, here, this is like individual consciousness and the whole group in and around. The mineral kingdom, plant kingdom, animal kingdom, human kingdom, divine, with everything. It's a game between the individual consciousness and the group consciousness. We need to connect to the totality through love, the unconditional love. So here, to embrace the people around you and with the whole universe, you need to absorb into the total consciousness. So that unconditional love, which is opposite to the laziness, which is opposite to comfort zone, we need to come out of the comfort zone and we need to get into that true love. So in the Anahata, we need to learn, even though you have a lot of power with you to conquer someone, you need to wait like the wind. When the wind comes, then only you need to jump and you need to complete your task. Rather, when you are in Manipuraka with the fire, you will burn the things and you will, by hook or crook, you will get the things done. That is understanding your power and working with your power. But as far as the Anahata, here the lungs will be there. The Vayu Tattva, the wind element, is nothing but you need to wait for the people. And with a very little resources, you have to complete the task. If you look into the mechanics, during the COVID time, most of the people suffered with lung problems. Majority is lung, right? So it is a wind element failure. People are so powerful Always they are trying to play the game only with the power. They failed with wind. That's why the nature gave a glitch, a major, control through lungs. Its major lesson is to hit the lungs, because people have to understand the wind element, the value of wind element, the value of love, the purity, unconditional love. So here in Anahata, the I is divided as individual consciousness and group consciousness, as a group, as a whole. When you are in Manipuraka, there also you are connected to the community, but it is all like positions, different positions. Still a little bit of ego exists there. But here in Anahata, you are almost like zero ego, and you are connected to the whole consciousness as a one. So we need to consider the mineral kingdom, plant kingdom, animal kingdom, human kingdom, and divine kingdom, everything. And you are equally potential with the whole consciousness. So you need to absorb into it. That is the major challenge here. That's why where we try to embrace the people here in Anahata. And then coming to the Visuddha, here in throat chakra, the I is divided into body I, mind I, intellectual I, and then soul I. There are 4 components here. So each and every moment in our life, we need to understand where exactly we are operating at this point of time. When you are eating, you have to be there in body I and mind I. You are trying to give some pleasure to your mind. And of course, the body is going to taste it. When you are watching a TV, then your material intellect, if you are watching a news, if it is a spiritual program, of course, the spiritual intellect. When you are meditating, you are with your soul I. So every moment in your life, from morning to night, each and every activity, if you start scanning it, it has to be with only a particular I you need to operate. Either the body I, or mind I, or intellectual I, or soul I. These are the only 4 things that are there. Maybe the combinations sometimes, based on the activity you do. So Vishuddhi means we are trying to clean each and every second. You have to clean. When you can clean, if you understand with what I you are supposed to operate at that particular moment, then only you can clean yourself, clean your thoughts, clean your speech. Everything can be cleaned only if you understand you are operating in 4 different eyes. So this practice, whenever we try to work with thyroid patients, we try to work with their speech. If you correct the speech, rest of all the things will be automatically corrected. Thoughts can be many, because the thought world is like a research lab where you can have multiple thoughts. Those are all just probabilities. But once we are putting into words, means you are trying to crystallize it. You are allowed to crystallize only the scientific thoughts, the miraculous thoughts, or positive thoughts at most, not the negative ones or neutral ones. Because through your words, you are trying to materialize something. So that's why the Vishuddha is all about understanding your speech in a proper way, and to sing a song, and to teach the others the best wisdom to live life in the happiest way. So all these principles we try to apply in Vishuddha as wisdom capsules. And today, thousands of people, they came out of their thyroid problems. They are not doing any medicines now. Probably I could have initiated more than 300 people so far who learned music, and then they are out of their thyroid tablets today. Music is the best medicine to cleanse the Vishuddha. So that's why at Vishuddha zone, the I is divided into body I, mind I, intellectual I, and soul I. If anyone is suffering with cough, with a throat, then they need to work on these 4 eyes. If they watch their eye the whole day, the whole week. By the time they will understand how greatly they are operating every situation. They themselves will correct automatically if you start looking into it. And next comes to the Agnya, the third eye point. So here, the eye is divided into past, present, and future. The past eye, which we already crossed from the childhood to today. And then, of course, in the previous lifetimes, according to naming, Michael naming, we are all going through more than 350 to 400 lifetimes to come to this point, to become enlightened, to come out of this earth, birth and death cycle on an average. So many lifetime story is there behind. Because of that internal understanding and wisdom, today we were able to understand the consciousness, meditation, and everything. It is not a single lifetime job. So, working on the past eye, the current lifetime and the previous lifetimes, and working on present eye, and then future, visualizing the future. So there are three eyes here. If you try to look into it, at every moment, either we are in the past or present or future. Maybe you are listening to me. If you are sincere in your listening, you will be in the present. The back of the home, maybe you might have not locked your door, or guests are going to come, or for tomorrow you need to prepare something. So we keep on going either into the future or into the past. That is what the pendulum will move on, right? So this has to be fixed. That is what third eye, fixing the third eye. As a thumb rule, we have to be in the present 90% and 5% into the past and 5% into the future. That is what actually we are supposed to live, living in the moment. Future, of course, we need to visualize. When I'm trying to work with certain illnesses, initially I don't know. The reason may be there in the future. Usually what we thought, Purvajanma Krutam Papam Vyadharupena Pijyate, means in the past lives, he might have done some sins. So that's why currently he is experiencing this major problem. This is what we were taught. So you will look into the reason of the illness, majority in the past. Suppose there is nothing in the past, then in the present moment, what he is doing. But I am surprised when I am working with illness, the reason may be in the future. How it is possible? Can anyone explain me? Currently, whatever the illness you are carrying, illness means not only the physical illness I am saying about, body illness or mental illness or social problem, the relationship problems or financial problems, whatever the problems you are carrying today, these are all nothing but illnesses. The reason for the illness may be in the future. Can anyone explain me here? How can it be the reason for the illness in the future? Yes, sir.
Some sort of a logical sense, if I think of, probably you are planning to take a more spiritual task ahead, and then you are preparing now with all this illness, so that your body or your soul will be ready to take that task.
That's wonderful. You are very near to the answer. Very good. And can anyone explain in a simple logical terms or taking an example? How can it be the reason for the illness in the future, which is not yet known? Yeah.
I feel whatever we are thinking now and whatever we are implementing now creates our future. So accordingly, the way we think and how much pleasure we are taking it. So we are creating accordingly our future, where we are in a way of illness or in a positive way.
Yeah.
So that's what I think.
Okay. Yeah. Next. Yes, sir, please.
I would say overcome exists and present moment.
Okay.
Which
Yeah,
is a
present.
simpler way of saying what my theory said.
Yeah. You are trying to give it in another way. I agree. Yeah, thank you. So present only creates the present actually. That is what actually the earth can. Yes, someone please.
The present defines the future.
Present finds the future. Defines the future. Yeah. Present defines the future. Yes. Okay. So
In the baggage, right? Changing. That happened. What you're keeping the baggage carrying.
yeah, this is also good. If you keep on thinking about the past, that itself is again you are creating for the future. Yeah. So in the negative sense, this answer is absolutely correct. But even I'm trying to get into the more miraculous and positive sense. When I work with some patient gods, after going through a series of meditation workouts and books and everything, they will cleanse their energy system through meditation, all the amplifying systems like full moon, group meditation, pyramid meditation, everything. They are out of the symptoms. Sooner or later, they will start experiencing certain dreams or meditation experiences or intuitive thoughts, what to do something in the future, what they are supposed to do. So when they have a future goal in the individual level or the community level, then what happens is all your efforts and your energies will be diverted towards that particular goal. I will come up with a very simple example, and it is a bit comedy too. One lady came to me. She is an open third eye master because a lot of third eye experiences she get. And she came to me with a simple complaint saying that nowadays I'm able to see the future of other people, which is a bit negative, which I cannot express to them. Like a simple example, recently I came to know that one of the girl who is going to get married in that particular street, okay, 3 days before the marriage, she will leave the home, putting a slip. I don't like this marriage. I want to run away. So this is what she got. It is true. So immediately she can't express to other people. The marriage special, everything is getting ready in the street. In her meditation, she got that message. And at most she dared to tell her husband. So she told to his husband, and then he said, he's not a meditator, but he is watching her. So he said, what are the thoughts that you are telling they are getting manifested? Don't tell to anyone. If she really ran away, then things will come on our head. Okay, we are there in the conspiracy. So then literally she is waiting for the day. Okay, because whether the experience is going to become, okay, exactly 3 days before she put a slip and she ran away the home. So that really made her so disturbed. And she came with that to me. And then I said, see, there are true difficulties in life. No doubt you have a beautiful third eye with you. Okay, you have a touchlight. You can look into the darkness and you can find the light in the darkness. So if you give a proper work to the power you have with you, then what happens is your intuitive brain or collective consciousness will always try to look into that direction. So you need to have your own planning for your future to do something good in a bigger way in the community. Suppose the whole Raleigh masters, if they have a vision towards the public pyramid to construct and to build a beautiful pyramid, and a lot of gatherings can happen, a lot of full moon meditations, workshops and everything. So the moment you have a goal, always each and every minute and each and every, interaction, try to go towards that. So you are trying to build your power, project your power towards that goal. So similarly, when we work with the patient gods, after reaching a point, even though they are out of their basic illness, they start getting their own individual level or community level future programs or future planning, a purpose. So when they come to know about the purpose, then the quality of life will automatically change. For example, I need to go to Jacksonville by tomorrow evening to attend my session. So either I can go by car or I can go by cycle. There are so many ways to go. Suppose if I have to go by tonight by 9 o'clock, then definitely I need to catch a flight. Otherwise I can't reach. So the distance you are traveling, the mode will automatically change based on the goal you kept. And all your energies will be diverted towards that particular goal. Suppose if you don't have any goal, for the kids, if you give a torchlight, what they do, they keep on your face or here and there, everywhere they will try to play with the torchlight. That is what becomes for a master. Once you become a master over your mind and you are generating a lot of power within you, the internal coils, the snakes will automatically swirling with energy. So you need to focus this energy on a particular point. That is what your future. Usually, it will be like expanding your consciousness, means a constant learning, either in the individual level or the group level. So that's why for most of the people, even though they worked out their illness, to maintain that health and harmony in the same fashion, they need to understand their future a bit. We need to have a goal for the life so that all your power will be channelized or diverted towards that particular goal. So that's why here the reason behind the illness in future means understanding their purpose, understanding their role in the big picture, I can say. So that's why working on past means, that is what Sari said beautifully. Working on past means whatever that clutter, that is there, we need to come out of it. Otherwise we keep on, it will start reminding to us every moment. Usually when people meditate, if they are getting any Lord Shiva components or dead bodies in dream, okay, or anything, something related to the death or Lord Shiva, the disintegration, okay. So this is something like working on, or if you are getting your ancestors, Halloween, okay. So ancestors in your experiences, that is trying to give you an indication that work ahead, work on your past. So to work on the past, we came up with a beautiful solution called Yogic Nights. 40 days you have to decide yourself to work on your past. It goes like this. Every day evening, try to complete your dinner very early, before 6 o'clock. And then meditate a lot before going to bed. Once you meditate at least equal to your age minutes, 30 minutes or 40 minutes, and then if you go to sleep, what happens is exactly around at 1:30 or 2 o'clock, you will wake up. So when you are into conscious world, usually we feel like a little bit lethargic to complete our sleep. No, the moment you are out of your sleep, your actual sleep is over. Here the sleep means your astral body went out to the worlds and then it grabbed some wisdom and consciousness and again it came into the body. Now it wants some conscious journey. Again, you cannot go for sleep and you should not do meditation also immediately. Once you have woke up, then try to read some books or listen to some audios without creating any disturbance for the rest of the people. Do some active job for some half an hour or 1 hour or a half hour. And then again, when you feel like sleepy, then you meditate either in lying down posture or sitting. So during that period, usually we advise to read the books related to the past lives. Many masters, many lives, and the law of spirit world, life after death. So these are the books they'll give you. And Peter Srichelu book, Atma English version, Soul Journey. Soul Journey. So these books, if you read during that, midnight, don't put any alarm. Naturally, you have to wake up. Within few days, if you follow this early dinner and meditation before sleep, masters will come and touch you like this. Suddenly you feel like someone is waking me up, but nobody is there around. You will feel that there are a lot of people who give that experience. So during that midnight, if you read those past lives books, then in the early morning, in the second sleep that you do between 4 to 6, whether it is 40 minutes or 1 hour, you will wake up with a very beautiful conscious dream. And in that, you will touch some of your past lives. Wherever there is, clutter past, which is again and again, making you to think on past events, whether it is from the childhood to till today, the current past, the current lifetime, or even the past life. So you will get into it, and in that particular dream, or even a meditation experience, if you do meditation in the morning, you will get a solution also, symbolically. So if you do it, this yogic nights exercise for 40 days, beautifully you can declutter the past, whatever that is, again and again, those pages are there. You can erase all those pages. The cell phone, what we do, on and off will erase all the pages which we already worked. Otherwise, they will eat the energy, the charging, as well as the internet. That's why we'll remove the pages, right? Similarly, we have to remove the pages which were already experienced. If it is something messy, then look into it, try to understand the situation from different dimensions, and then you will be out of it. That is what cleansing the past. Of course, otherwise we keep on again and again, we think on it, we ponder, and we are building again the similar past. But here, working on future means creating or understanding our purpose. Whatever the experiences we are getting, based on that, we need to have a goal. And if you are working on that particular goal, accordingly, your speed, your quality, and your quantity of work, everything will change. Earlier, I used to think I need to build a good pyramid in my village so that I can give help to all the villagers. So we made it. And now a lot of people are building pyramids. Out of 3,000 population, there are around 600 to 1,000 people today, they become vegetarians. So my job is over. There are so many masters. What I have to do there? So I came out of my village idea. Then I started working on those 3 districts and Andhra Pradesh a bit in that particular local Telugu language. I have opened around 40 centers. I started roaming around 40. So for 3.5 years, I roamed around all the 40 centers. And a lot of masters made. I don't have any work. Then I'm out of that Andhra Pradesh. And I stayed in Mumbai, in a major metropolitan city. From there, I started going around all the metro cities in India. Friday evening, if I start, by Sunday evening, I used to cover 4 metro cities. And then I expanded to Southeast Asia, Singapore, Malaysia, Dubai, Mauritius. Frequently, I used to visit. In every area, my work is only 3 hours, where I can counsel in one-on-one to understand the reason behind the illness, to give them a beautiful guidance spiritually, and then 1 hour meditation, and then a discourse. My job is done. Pack up and then catch flight and go to the next destination. And then one day, Patriji said, you have to establish 1,000 holistic health centers across the globe to give the spiritual tablets wisdom to each and every person across the earth. Then my vision was totally expanded. My work, everything was changed. So based on the future vision that you hold, your current moment is changing. How speed you are supposed to react, and the quality of life, what to consider, what not to consider, everything will automatically change. So that's why the reason behind the illness, either it can be in the past, or it can be in the current moment, or it can be in the future. So understanding these 3 planes is understanding the who am I in 3 levels: past, present, and future. So with this, the Ajna point I is over. And then finally, the Sahasrara is like understanding the whole energy concept in a massive level. It is like, we can say, the Shakti path. Today, what are the natural calamities you are seeing? It is like nature is trying to set the area with a natural calamity. That is what is the major punishments on the earth, only to set the vibes in an area. So when you are trying to operate with the nature, you are going to consider so many things, so many dimensions you need to consider. And it is like operating like a god. That is what Shaktipat, the Sahasrara, 1,000 petal snake or 1,000 petal lotus stands for. Transforming the energy from one place to the other place. Such a level you work. So here, understanding the who am I changes from person to person and level to level and time to time. But if you start digging into it, and based on your chakra level or your knowledge level, you will be identified any of these I concept. Once you understand all these I's, okay, Prakriti and Purusha, community I, individual consciousness and group consciousness, and body, mind, intellect, and soul, 4 levels of I we carry, and then past, present, and future. And here, the oneness. You are totally absorbed in the totality. You are not away from it. Working with a major energy source. So this understanding about I really fixes your GPS. Then we will understand the true purpose and we will be into our true potential. From that point, all the day-to-day problems that we see today, they are just drifted like anything. Because the 3 difficulties, like 90% of the difficulties are difficulties due to lack of spiritual wisdom, adhyatmic thought. And 9% is adi bhautik thought, means because we are entrapped in this physical system, we get those 9%. And the last 1% is adi daivik, it means the natural calamities. It is only 1%. To crack all these 3, you have to operate at a sahasrara, at this level. Then the nature, you can control the nature as well. That's why when our great masters come to a place, if it is too hot, immediately there will be a rain. If there is a lot of rain and you are doubtful about the program, the rain will stop. You will see that because they will operate at a different energy level.
It's seen that.
Yeah. And we are conducting a program, a very big program in Visakhapatnam, just before the COVID year. It is Ananda Brahma Enjoyment Science Academy. In a public ground, on the dais, we are expecting around 15 to 20,000 crowd, and with the cine playback singers. All the musical program is only to promote the plant-based diet and meditation. August 15, it is Independence Day. The government has changed its Independence Day program to other city because there is a prediction of rain. But we just booked the ground and we started our program. And you don't believe, on those 2 days, in and around that ground, only for the 2 kilometers radius, there is no rain. The rest of all the 3 districts are completely, there is rainfall. It's like a Govardhan Giri, I can say. And people are surprised because from the home they started with the rain in a public transport and their clothes are wet. By the time they reach the ground, there is no rain. And the program is all set. 2 days, 0 rain in the ground, and successfully we have completed the program. From the next day onwards, again, there is full of rain. All the politicians who came onto the dais, they said it's a miracle. Every area of the 3 districts, there is a lot of rain, and here there is no rain at all. So it is possible. If you operate with that consciousness, and it will listen to you. So understanding the who am I is one of the most important lesson, and especially for the problems with from headache to any brain tumors and the neurological illnesses, that is the key element, understanding the human. And that fixes a lot of things. And each and every problem that we carry on the body at every chakra level, if you understand the who am I properly, and if you align yourself with the proper I concept, then you can get rid of those problems related to that particular chakra area. Because every chakra has got its own color, size, and position. The chakra will be defined with three things. If the chakra is not properly positioned, it is misplaced or displaced, then immediately in that area you will see in all spinal problems, the disc problems or processes where the spine is. Actually, physically we are seeing in MRI, but actually the chakra is misplaced. If you go to a spiritual guy, if you tap on your chakra, he immediately will position it. That is what happens. That's immediately they will get instantaneous help. Just by thought, they can position it. And then color. Every chakra has got its own color. So any brown spots or black spots, that indicates there is a disease. That will automatically, you will experience the disease. And then the size. The chakra can shrink or it can be with a complete energy. So that's why here working on I concept on that particular chakra, and by that you can, re-energize it, and then the color and then the position, everything will become perfect, means automatically you can gain health in and around. The regular meditation and swadhyaya and the sajjana sangatya, automatically it cleanses one after other. There is nothing to do specifically, but based on the chakra, we are trying to understand the who am I today. And all these I, we move around every day. So with this, we conclude today's spiritual tablets on every chakra. So thank you very much. If you have any doubt on the current topic we discussed, I will answer it. Otherwise, we'll try to do another meditation session for 10-15 minutes. Earlier, by the time everyone come, I want to create that environment. So we had a brushing meditation. Yeah. Yes. Please.
So, what chakra is related to the diabetes or hypertension?
Yeah, hypertension
Because
is.
most of my relatives, they have diabetic and hypertension. So, what chakra is related to it, or what spiritual tablet do you suggest?
Yeah. See, for the diabetes, I suggest a book, Spiritual Tablets and Diabetes. There is a small pocket book available in website and Android app, Spiritual Tablets. So in that we have clearly given all the reasons, spiritual reasons for the diabetes. But it is related to Manipura Chakra, the power. With what power, how to utilize the power, they don't know. They misutilize the power. That will automatically constantly create that Manipura insulin failure. And for the hypertension, it is Anahata, heart and the blood flow system. Okay, so that's why they need to work with the heart chakra more and more. For that, there is a book called Circulatory Forces. The blood will circulate in the body. So that circulatory forces and working with the heart chakra, that gives. So in the Android app, the spiritual tablets, you can get into the WhatsApp communication. Through that, they can get that counseling, regular counseling. Usually to come out of that diabetes and hypertension, it needs minimum 1.5 years. Regular counselings and going through all the spiritual tablets that they require, they can come out of the actual allopathic pills for a period of time. Yeah. Okay, anyone want to have some water? Make a round, ease yourself, and then again we sit for meditation. In another 5 minutes, you can catch up. Yeah. So the second meditation will be only 10-15 minutes again. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.